Hey guys, it's Kayla, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 reads of 2014. Originally, I had planned out to do a 2014 version of my Bookish Academy Awards tag. I had it all written down. It took me about 2 hours to think about, and I also had another video, my 2014 reads in 20 categories, and it also took me a long time to choose those. And unfortunately, I've lost the notes, and unfortunately, it's January 10th, so I thought that I would just sum up the year with my top 10 reads. And here we go. I managed to put these reads in order, so I'm not going to go into why they're in that particular order. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I don't want this video to be really long, because I don't know how much space I have on my phone, to be honest. So let's get started. So coming in at number 10 on my list, we have Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. This is the third and final book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, which is a very high YA fantasy, and I loved it so much. The writing is just so beautiful, and the world that Laini Taylor has created is just so vivid and imaginative and just so complex and broad in scope. Like, it is just so epic. There's no other word for it. It was an awesome way to sum up the series and also hint at another series that may happen in the future, and I loved it, and that is why it made this list. Yes. Coming in at number 9, we have the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight is what I read in 2014. I'm currently about 20% through Heir of Fire, and I'm really enjoying it. My favorite so far is Crown of Midnight. I just thought the action was better, and I just love this series a lot. It's a YA fantasy. You're going to see a trend here, guys. I'm just warning you now. These are the UK covers, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to see where this series goes. It's going to be a 6-book series. Yay for series and not trilogy. I feel like there's not a lot of love for Chaol these days. I feel like everybody's kind of just Dorian, but I will always love Chaol. Loved it. Can't wait to see where it goes. I love Heir of Fire. I'm currently reading it, so I will let you know. So yes, number 9. Coming in at number 8 on my list, we had the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. This is also a YA fantasy series that I read in July as part of a read-along. We actually had a live show discussion. I will leave that below, as well as any other videos that relate to any of the books that I talk about. And the second one was my favorite, which was Siege and Storm. For character reasons, I loved the characters and the awesome world of the Grisha that Leigh Bardugo has created. And even though I didn't like certain things about the trilogy, I overall really enjoyed myself while reading this. I really enjoyed the discussions with my friends while reading this. I think that actually makes a book better, in my opinion, when you're having an awesome time reading it and you have fun memories relating to it. So yes, definitely the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I can't wait for her next trilogy in this world, and that comes out this year, so I'm really excited about that. Coming in at number 7 on my list, we have the Ascendance trilogy by Jennifer A. Nielsen. This is a middle grade fantasy series about a boy named Sage, and this guy comes along and collects him from an orphanage to recruit him to learn how to be the prince in disguise. The prince went missing years ago and no one knows where he is, and I'm not going to say anything else because it's a series. I don't want to spoil anything. But I had so much fun reading this. Like, it's a middle grade / YA fantasy. I freaking loved this so much. It's so clever and so adventurous, and the characters are just so awesome. If you can't tell by my enthusiasm, I just freaking loved this series so much, and I was so surprised by it. Like, I had it on my Kindle for 2 years, guys. 2 years, and only read it in December. Big mistake. Loved this so much, and I know Lindsay from Lindsay Ray is currently reading it, and she is enjoying it too, so it's not just me, guys. It's not just me. Loved it so much. So much love for the series and the characters. And coming in at number 6 on my list, we have Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicle series. This is actually the dust jacket because my mom still has my copy. She loved it too, just saying. And I love this series so much. It's getting bigger and bigger and more complex, and the characters that are added are just amazing. I love this book the best out of the series so far. If you're not on the Lunar Chronicles bandwagon yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. Don't know. Not reading it, obviously. So now we have the top 5. Yeah, whatever. Starting at number 5 on my list, we have the Lock and Key graphic novel series by Joe Hill and illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez. And this series is just fantastic. I have read all of them. I should honestly do a series review for you guys because I really enjoyed it. It's so dark, and I normally don't like horror, but that's what this is classified as. but it was just so suspenseful, and I just needed to know what happens. Like, for those of you that don't know, it is about 3 siblings who, through unfortunate circumstances, have to move across the country to this place called Key House, and it's in Connecticut, I believe, and it's just like this haunted, huge mansion. And their little brother, Bodhi, who is my favorite character, Bodhi finds these keys that give you magical powers. For instance, there's a key that opens your head and you can take stuff out, like thoughts and things like that, and view what's inside your head. That takes place in the 2nd volume in this series, and it's probably my favorite, along with Clockworks, which is volume 5. But anyways, overall, this series is fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you haven't read graphic novels, it's a great series to get into. It's really easy to follow, and I will show you the artwork, not from the last volume because that would be a little spoilery. So yes, very nice, and very nice artwork, beautiful artwork, and I'm just so excited about that series, and I could talk about it all the time. Coming in at number 4 on my list, we have the Falling Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. Falling Kingdoms, Rebel Spring, and Gathering Darkness, the 3rd book that's out. This is actually going to be a 6-book series, and I just enjoyed falling in love with this series this year. I read it over the summer, and I actually read it at the same time Lainey did from Ginger Reads Lainey, and she absolutely freaking loves it. It's like her Girl of Fire and Thorns. Like, she talks about it all the time, and the characters are awesome. It's actually marketed as a YA Game of Thrones kind of thing. There's like a world and different players from different regions and things like that. I can see where they're coming from, but I just love the characters. I love the different perspectives in this series, and I also think it's a great fantasy to get into if you're just starting out in fantasy. I know Lainey was hesitant about fantasy for the longest time, and then she read this, and now she is a fantasy fanatic, so I highly recommend Falling Kingdoms if you're unsure about fantasy. Coming in at number 3 on my list, we have an adult historical romance, and that is The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons. This book takes place in Russia during World War II, and yes, I'm not going to say much about it. It's a romance, obviously. It's epically long. I loved all the details from history. That was like one of the best parts about it, and I highly recommend this if you haven't already read it, if you're looking for a good historical romance. Mind you, it is heavy in the romance section. I mean, some people do have problems with this book, and I can see where they're coming from. It was one of my favorite reads of the year, so yes, definitely The Bronze Horseman made my list, and I'm not sure if I'm continuing with the trilogy. I know there's a book 2 and 3, but I actually like this on its own, and I don't want to ruin anything for myself, so yes, let me know below if I should continue with it or not. Coming in at number 2 on my list, I really thought this was going to be number 1 of the year, but looking back on it, I had to pick something else for my number 1. And number 2 on my list is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I rave about this book any chance I get. I think it's very unique and refreshing, and it's quite info dumpy at the beginning of the book. There's a lot of terminology, and there's actually a glossary in the beginning of the book to help you follow along. It's about clairvoyance in futuristic London, an alternate parallel London, and I find it really fascinating, and different things happened, and I loved the characters, and I love just being immersed into this refreshing and unique world. For the first 100 pages, you're confused, I understand, but then once it clicks, it is just so fantastic. Bloomsbury actually sent me the arc of the next book, The Mime Order, which actually comes out at the end of this month, and I will be reviewing that in a video, a spoiler-free review coming soon, and I'm just so excited to get more into this world and see what happens, because this book ended in a cliffhanger, like all books do, and I believe this is going to be like a 7-book series, so it's quite an investment, so I'm really excited for all these series that are happening. I'm so sick of trilogies, and yeah, I'm just so excited for all these series, so yes. Loved The Bone Season. And my favorite read of 2014 had to be Saga, the graphic novel series by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples. And I read all 4 volumes this year. Only 3 and 4 came out this year though. But I only got into this series around April, I believe. I love this series. It is awesome. It's very adult, graphic. Just a warning. It is about 2 people on the opposing sides of a galactic war falling in love, of course, and that's against the rules, so all these mercenaries come after them, and I just love it so much. And I know it's really hyped up in the booktube community, I understand, but in this case I feel like it's well deserved. It is just so awesome and kick-ass, and it just keeps getting better and better. Volume 4 had a slower pace than the other ones, but I believe that was just because it was just a build-up for more exciting things, and each volume ends in a cliffhanger and you're just like, why? Why? But yeah, I cannot wait to continue on with this series. It was definitely my favorite of 2014. My favorite character is the Will. The Will and the Lion Cat. So yeah, let me know below if you read Saga and what your favorite character is, okay? We'll talk. Alright guys, well that's it for my 2014. Alright guys, that's it for my top 10 of 2014. Let me know below what your favorite book of 2014 was, and I will see you all soon with another video. I apologize about my other wrap-up videos that didn't get made, but it was just really frustrating me that I couldn't find the notes, and I worked really hard on them, and it's also January 10th, and I need to get a move on, or else I've been making this video in the summer. Ain't nobody got time for that. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!